A man makes a decision before he dies. He would buy his wife a new husband. He thought about telling his wife about his death. But when he thought of his wife crying for a whole year because of his brother's death, he didn't hesitate to dismiss the idea. Recently, his condition has worsened and he even faints sometimes. The doctor regretfully told him that he had less than half a year to live. His heart ached at the thought of the grief his wife would suffer because of his death. He was afraid that if he went to sleep one day, he would never wake up to see the happy faces of his wife and children. So he spent all his personal money to buy a clone to replace himself to accompany his wife to live on. Soon the clone was finished and he went to the doctor's secret base with a sense of anxiety and anticipation. After passing through a thick metal door, Cameron saw his clone for the first time. Although he had already prepared himself, he was still shocked by the image in front of him. The man in front of him was identical to him in both features and skin color. Even the delicate lines on his skin were not the slightest bit different. The only thing that could distinguish their identities was the black mole on the clone's hand. He couldn't help but reach out and hold the clone's hand. A feeling of water and milk blending instantly surfaced in his heart. But the more real this feeling became, the more terrifying it was to him. I don't know whether it was because of the effect of the Valley of Terror or the thought that he would replace himself with his wife and children in the future. Cameron felt a bit of panic in his heart, which made him subconsciously reject the clone. The doctor didn't choose to reassure him. What he needs now is not to be reassured, but to realize where he is now. When they got home, his wife noticed Cameron's fatigue and took him into her arms to let him touch the second baby on the way. Cameron's eyes closed tightly as he felt a slight stirring in his palm. He knew he couldn't hesitate any longer. He couldn't let the love of his life go through another shock, and he couldn't let the baby go without a father. His relationship with his wife began with a chocolate. When he got in the car, the man put the chocolate in his pocket, during which he secretly observed Cleary sitting opposite him and secretly drew a sketch of her. Cleary then picked up the chocolate and ate it as if nothing had happened. Cameron was a little upset, but more than that, he couldn't help it. Maybe he wanted to declare the sovereignty of the chocolate, or maybe he wanted to attract the attention of the person across the street. He also picked up the chocolate and ate it with a slightly provocative smile on his face. Cleary looked at his smug smile. The corners of her mouth couldn't help but smile back. From this moment on, the gears of fate quietly turned. The two of them ate one piece of food after another, just like two greedy children. Soon Cleary arrived at the station and was about to get off. Cameron pushed the chocolate over to her. Cleary looked at the man in front of her and then turned away with some deep meaning. Soon Cameron was getting off the bus, and when he was packing his things, he touched a familiar object. It turned out that his chocolates had been in his pocket all along. Thinking back to his childish behavior, he couldn't help but laugh out loud. As fate would have it, he met Cleary again on the train a few days later. Cameron apologized for his awkward behavior and then gave her the sketch. The two of them smiled and held each other's hands for the rest of the spring, summer, autumn, and winter. They had a baby and were married. He accompanied the children from the time they learned to talk to each other to the time they were mischievous. Back in the present, the cancer woke him up in the middle of the night. Cameron realized that people really do have flashbacks before they die. To allay Cameron's fears once and for all, the doctor takes him to meet another clone. Kate is an ordinary office worker. If nothing else, she'll never know she is a clone. To Cameron, she's so positive and enthusiastic that even her daughter can't detect the slightest hint that she's a clone. If Cleary and her children are accompanied by a clone after her death, they should be able to continue to be happy. Cameron couldn't help but think this in his heart. Afterwards, he went to see Kate's body. Kate's condition was even worse than his. She had less than half a month to live. Cameron told her her daughter was happy. Her clone was taking good care of her. Kate didn't say anything, but there was an imperceptible hint of loneliness and relief on her face. Who would want to die if they could live? Who would want to find a clone when they could grow up with a child? Cameron finally made up his mind and implanted his memories into the clone. After all, he had no choice but to accept it. Memories of meeting and falling in love with his wife resurfaced. The memories that surfaced were replicated in the clone's mind. While he waited for the clone to wake up, Cameron would keep in touch with his wife via video. Sometimes he would play games with his son remotely in his free time. On this day, while Cameron was playing with his son, he experienced dizziness and ringing in his ears. His head was spinning. He fought back the pain and switched off the call before he fainted. And the clone in the other room slowly opened his eyes. This is BullDog Movie. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.